Welcome to this very important presentation. Please turn up your speakers. We don't have a lot of time here, so I've condensed a lot of very valuable information into this very short, concise presentation with no fluff. So let's get right to it. The hands down number one way to generate high quality leads that turn into clients and grow your law practice right now. This works in any niche of the law, and you're about to see exactly how. Now let me guess, you became a lawyer because you always dreamed of working 14-hour days just to make $100,000 or maybe a couple $100,000 a year while you barely ever see your friends or family, right? Because that's the reality for most lawyers, but there is a better way, and in the next few minutes you're going to learn a proven way to get out of the lawyer rat race that so many lawyers unfortunately get trapped in and become an entrepreneurial lawyer that has other lawyers working hard for you while you reap the benefits and have more time to spend with your family and friends. Here's what you're about to learn, what most lawyers are currently doing and why they're not generating many new clients. I'm going to run through that very, very quickly. Then you're going to learn the number one way for lawyers in any niche of the law to generate high quality leads that turn into clients fast. Also, you're going to learn how you can generate 4 times as many leads for your business in the next week using this strategy. The real question at hand for your business, let's take a look at it. I want you to think about this really quick, logically for yourself right now. If you had to generate new high-quality leads that turn into clients for your law business fast, what would you do? Think about that question. That's the million-dollar question. If you had to generate new high-quality leads that turn into clients for your law business fast, what would you do? Really quickly, let's look at what many other law firms try to do. The first, the good old newspaper ads. Those are kind of outdated. They go stale very quickly because it has the same readership, and unless you're catering to a very, very elderly crowd, newspaper ads don't really get you great results. Billboards. Billboards can get you some results, but they're more for branding. They're very expensive, and again, a billboard company is going to try to get you into a 6-month contract because they know that after the first 2 months of your billboard being up, your results are going to go down dramatically because it's the same people driving by those billboards typically every day. TV is very expensive, and again, it's mostly like for branding purposes because it's a very low return on investment that you get from TV. And most lawyers can't even afford TV. They're priced out of it. But those that do, it's very expensive and a very low ROI. Radio is another one that's outdated and another low ROI. And again, either you have an elderly crowd you're going to be targeting with a radio ad, and again, it's going to be the same people listening to the radio, so you're going to have those ads get outdated pretty quickly. Or let's look at what the new up-and-coming lawyers are doing, which is Google. And note, this is not about SEO, okay? I'm not going to be giving you a presentation on search engine optimization here. But I want you to think about this really quickly. We're going to talk about the fastest way to generate high-quality leads for your business fast using the internet, and specifically via Google. And again, this is not about SEO. So here's the question. What is the biggest difference between Google and all of these other forms of advertising that you see here on your screen? The difference is that why Google is king is that because when a client is searching on Google, they are a red hot lead that is searching, finding, and calling you. They have already taken an action and are much closer to becoming a client than someone that you interrupt with your advertising. Okay, TV, radio, billboards, newspaper, that's called interruption advertising. You're trying to catch someone's attention who's not specifically looking for your service. Google is exactly the opposite. Google leads are the hottest leads, the most high quality lead, because someone is going on Google and typing in a search looking for you. If someone is typing in, if you're from Dallas and someone is typing in personal injury attorney in Dallas, that is a red hot lead. It does not get any hotter than that when they find you at the top of Google. And here's why you can't ignore Google anymore. Many lawyers ignored Google for many years, but as you can see here, in 2007, you might have been able to get away with ignoring Google. 2008, okay. 2009, but look at the growth. Look at the growth chart here, and especially from 2011 to 2012, the number of searches on Google has almost doubled, and I bet you it's going to double again from 2012 to 2013, especially with the increase in smartphones and the amount of people searching from their smartphones on the internet on Google, as well as just everyone using Google on a day-to-day basis more and more and more. So those who ignore Google in this day and age, if you're a lawyer and you think that you don't need to be on Google and advertising on Google, then I don't know what to tell you. Then you probably don't need to listen to the rest of this presentation, because you're probably just stuck in your old set ways, and go on and keep doing the same thing that you're doing now. For those of you that want to grow your business and you're serious and you realize that the internet is the future and that Google is the #1 search engine that is not going anywhere anytime soon, then pay close attention to what you're about to hear right now. This is the #1 way to generate high-quality leads that turn into clients in 1 week or less. Now, it's not SEO. I'm going to explain to you the difference really quick. SEO is a great long-term investment trying to get your website up there in the organic rankings. There's no guarantee that you're going to be in the top 5 on page 1. So SEO, while that might be a great long-term investment, there's only one way to generate high-quality leads in less than 1 week and be at the top of Google for hundreds of different keywords and keyword variations. And that, of course, is Google AdWords, Google's advertising system, and the huge advantage that it gives local businesses. And lawyers are local businesses, if you didn't know that. So the huge advantage. Now look at this ad that you see on the screen. You see I typed in there criminal defense attorney Las Vegas, and as you can see the #1 result there, it's not a very great ad. We're going to talk about some great ad writing strategies later on, but what you'll see there is that you see how that ad is twice the size of the ad below it, and how it has their phone number in the ad and the address in the ad. That is because Google gives a huge advantage to local businesses, including lawyers, where you can integrate your Google Places, now it's called Google Plus Local, they recently changed the name, into your AdWords ad, making it twice the size and giving you a huge advantage over your competition. And by the way, most lawyers don't even know this and don't even have their AdWords integrated, their Google Places integrated with their AdWords ad. This is a huge advantage. I've done many tests that's showing that many people will even call just off the phone number on your ad without even clicking on your ad. And in addition to that, because your ad is so much bigger than all the other ads on the page, it makes it that much more likely that people are actually going to click on your ad as well. So a huge advantage that Google AdWords gives to local businesses, including lawyers. Now, take a look at this search that I did here for immigration lawyer Los Angeles. Now, you can see the top 3 there. The top 3 results on the page are the ads, and the 4th one, you'll see I pointed the SEO towards the 4th result there on the page. If you're looking from the top down, the first 3 results are the ads. That is Google AdWords. And if you've noticed recently when you're searching on Google, Google has actually made the yellow section where the 3 ads appear at the top of the page, has actually made it more of a white tint. So it blends in more with the page. It's actually more difficult for people to tell the difference between the organic results and the ads. And why would Google do that, of course? Because they make money off the ads. This is how Google increases their profits for their shareholders. So they want you to click on their ads. They want people to click on the ads because it's pay per click. When someone clicks on the ad, Google charges you. You're going to get the hot lead, of course, but that's how Google makes their money. So take a look at these 3 top ads. You see how the first 2 have their Google Places integrated with their ad. Not great ads there, by the way. We'll talk about the importance of having great ads in just a minute. Now, the 3rd one does not have their Google Places integrated with their ad, you can see. And the first one is the SEO. So that's the difference. This SEO person, to be ranked #1 on SEO, first of all, if you think that you're just going to come into a market and you're going to rank at the top of the organic results for Google, you're out of your mind. People have been SEOing in your niche, in your city for years, and you think that you're going to come in a couple of months and get to the top of Google and rise above someone who's been doing SEO on those keywords for maybe 3, 4, 5 years? So we're talking about paying thousands of dollars a month for several months or a year just to maybe be in the top 3 or 5 in the organic results. The SEO here is what we call the organic results. Or what you could do is get on Google AdWords right now and be at the top of Google for not just one keyword that you're SEOing, but literally hundreds of different keywords and keyword variations. You could be #1 on the page in a couple of days once you get up and running. And we're going to talk a little bit about what makes successful campaigns and what makes campaigns that are not successful. So let's get right into that. Why most Google AdWords campaigns fail. The #1 reason is that most lawyers don't even realize this. They don't even have a landing page, or they have an awful landing page. Many times, if you do a search on Google and you click on the ads, lawyers will send you straight to their main website with hundreds of different links and all this information about them and their company. That is not what gets traffic to convert. If you want to convert your traffic into leads, into people picking up the phone and calling you, you need a high converting landing page, a page that's specifically made for people that click on your ad and land on that page and it gets them to pick up the phone and call you right away. I'm going to show you an example of what a good high converting landing page looks like in just a minute, and I'm going to also tell you the importance of what that does to the results of your campaign as well. So if you've ever had a Google AdWords campaign before and you've never gotten the results that you've wanted, your campaign has failed, it's probably because of some of these reasons, and I'm going to show you examples coming up in the next slides as well. Then here's an example of a real awful landing page, okay? This is literally, and I Googled and I clicked on the ad, and this was the page that it took me to. This is not a landing page. This is a main website, and it's not a very good one at that. But someone is actually spending money on ads and sending their traffic to this website, and it's not even a real landing page. This is an example of an awful landing page where the person doesn't even know what they're doing. They have no clue, and they have no idea how they're just spending money and literally wasting that money and not getting the results that they should be getting because of this awful landing page that they're sending people to. And then they'll say, oh, Google AdWords doesn't work. Yeah, Google AdWords doesn't work because you have no idea what you're doing. Look at the page that you're sending people to. Okay, let's look at the second reason why most Google AdWords campaigns fail. They have horrible ads, or they have with low click-through rates, okay? If you have a bad ad, which most lawyers and don't even realize, they just set up their AdWords campaign and they throw up one ad. They don't split test multiple ads. They don't know what a good ad looks like. They don't have a professional copywriter writing their ads. They get bad ads with low click-through rates. Here's an example of a good ad versus a bad ad and how a good ad could instantly double your leads, okay? Look at the ad on the top here, which is a pretty good ad. It was one of the best ones I could find from just Googling around here for a couple minutes. But you'll see they have their Google Places integrated with the ad. They have their site links where it says family law, child custody, the different areas that they work in. The phone number is in the ad. Affordable family law, aggressive and affordable attorneys. Call now for a free consultation. Versus, look at the one on the bottom there. Family law attorneys. Number one, they don't have their Google Places in the ad. Number two, it's like family law attorneys. Speak with a family law specialist. State Bar of Nevada certified. What an awful ad that is. So the difference between the top ad and the bottom ad is the difference between what could be a successful campaign if the top ad has a good landing page versus what's probably going to be an unsuccessful campaign, the bottom ad, and then those guys on the bottom are going to say, oh, Google AdWords didn't work for us. Yeah, it didn't work because you had an awful ad and you probably had an awful landing page. Now, the third reason why many AdWords campaigns fail is due to bad campaign setup. So basically, if you try to go in and just set up your own campaign and follow Google's like basic instructions or whatever you can try to find, you're probably going to fail miserably, okay? And if you've ever tried AdWords already, or if you've heard of people, blowing through their budget very quickly and not getting many results, this is probably why. Well, probably due to a combination of all three of these things: bad campaign setup, no landing page or an awful landing page, and horrible ads with low click-through rates. Now, PPC managers, I kind of call them a dime a dozen. They're these big, nationwide companies. You've probably been solicited by some of them yourself that, they basically say that they can set up your campaign. And essentially what you're going to get is a $35,000 a year employee who's just doing some campaign setup, doing some very basic training that he's learned, and they don't know anything about landing pages. They don't know anything about ads. They don't know how to optimize your campaign correctly. And that's I want to really impress upon you that is not what we are. We are essentially the exact opposite of that. And you'll learn a little more why if you haven't already, as we finish this presentation here in a few minutes. So I want to go back to the landing page, because a good landing page can literally double or triple your leads. Just literally by having a high converting landing page, you can oftentimes double the amount of leads you're getting for the same amount of money spent. Okay, think about that for a second. So if you're spending $1,000 and you're only getting a certain amount of leads, but if you have a high converting landing page, you can get twice as many leads. You're literally doubling your return on investment simply by having a high converting landing page. This is really the key factor in the success of many Google AdWords campaigns, yet most attorneys don't even know what a landing page is, let alone have a good one, that's converting really well for them. So very important for you to realize that. And again, going back to the second piece, a high converting Google ad can also instantly double your leads. Now, here's the great thing about this is that when you have a high click-through rate, and without getting too technical, basically it just means more people clicking on your ad. So if out of 100 people that do a Google search, if 4 people click on your ad, you have a 4% click-through rate, okay? Just to put it in layman's terms for you. But really all you need to know is a higher click-through rate just means more people are clicking on your ad. So what happens is Google actually rewards you when you have a higher click-through rate. When more people are clicking on your ad, Google is all about relevancy. They say, oh, this person's more relevant, and they actually reward you by giving you a lower cost per click. So not only do you get twice as many potential leads when you can split test and have good high converting ads, you're getting twice as many clicks. So not only is that the case, you're also getting a lower cost per click. So you're paying less per click. So now think about this formula here for a second. If you can get twice as many clicks on your ads, right, and you can get twice as high of a conversion on your landing page, that's 4 times as many leads that you can be bringing in. That's the difference between a campaign that helps an attorney's business grow by millions of dollars in revenue per year versus another campaign where someone tries it and is like, yeah, I tried that Google AdWords thing, it didn't work for me. 4 times the results. Think about that. Very important. Little things make a huge difference when it comes to Google AdWords, especially when we're talking about landing pages and ads. So very important for you to realize that's a formula there for success. And it's a difference between your campaign making it and your campaign breaking it. Doubling your click-through rate and doubling the conversion on your landing page. Very important for you to realize that. And here's the best part. We already have proven high converting landing pages for attorneys, as well as proven high converting ads to use in your campaign. And we have the exact keywords to use, plus tricks to optimize your results that we have learned through trial and error over the years. We've been doing this for a long time, so we have already done a lot of this testing for you. So here's what we know. We know that Google is the new yellow pages, and it's going to be the #1 way for attorneys to generate leads via the internet for a long time to come. So if you're not generating leads from Google, then you're missing out big time. So here are your options. You can try to do Google Ads yourself and go through years of trial and error and spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure out what works. Or you can hire us to plug in our proven high converting landing pages, ads, keywords, and additional optimization tricks that we've learned through years of testing. The choice is yours, really. So I just want to leave you with one final question for you to think about right now. Do you want to be a hardworking attorney your entire life that grinds out 12-hour days for $100,000 or maybe a couple $100,000 a year? Or do you want to be an entrepreneurial attorney that builds a huge law practice with dozens of people working for you while you reap the benefits because you learned how to build a real business with continuous new leads calling your office every day? The #1 most important thing that every attorney needs is new high-quality leads that turn into clients. And we all know that the internet is the future and the present, where if you're not generating leads from the internet, you're missing out big time. And so if you're going to be able to master the #1 way of generating leads from the internet, you are going to be able to be an entrepreneurial attorney that has new leads calling your office every day, and you're going to be able to grow your business tremendously. So if you can see the light and you're interested in taking the next step, then we would be happy to have a free consultation with you to learn a little more about your business and discuss your potential investment in plugging in our proven system to generate new high-quality leads for you from Google. We appreciate your time, and we hope that you have received some great value from this presentation, and we look forward to speaking with you if you choose to have a free consultation to discuss how this can work for your business. Thank you, and have a great day.